Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And ahead of us, in store, sorry, iPad's really loud. Quick sound check, as well as saying hello. And we've got a brand new championship for you. This is our Thursday evening league, and they have cooked up something absolutely wonderful for you. I'll read you the blurb before we go down the grid, and then we'll crack on. We're at Autopolis for round one of the Pacific Rim Championship. What is the Pacific Rim Championship? In Pacific Cup, PRC, drivers will take to Group 3 cars made in either the USA or Japan and race them for 10 rounds in their homelands, in their opponent's backyard, and a randomly drawn double points neutral location in two 40-minute endurance format races with almost free tyre compound choice. Strategies are going to be key. The cars. The Group 3 cars from either Japanese or American-based manufacturers. Approval list of cars are the Corvette, the Viper, the GT, the Mustang, the NSX, the Atenza, the Lancer, and the WRX. They'll be using the drop scores system for this championship. The worst two rounds will not count towards your final total. Points will only be awarded for results of race 2. So you have to kind of think of it that it's an endurance race split in the middle, and it's like a safety car. The second race will start on a rolling start, so it bunches it all back up again. I think I'm just about to read that. So no, that's all about driving standards. So we'll crack on. Oh, here, down here. Here we go. Race details. Grid order will be reversed from a randomly drawn position in the current championship order using our random number generator bot. If 9 is drawn, 9th position starts on pole, working down the table to first. Then the remaining will be standings order, full table only. For round 1, the start grid will be in driver number order. Race 2 will be a continuation from race 1 using a rolling start in race 1's finishing positions. So the length is 2 40-minute races. The tyres will be on ×2. The compounds available will be all 4: racing super softs, racing softs, racing mediums, and racing hards. Racing super soft tyres may only be used for one stint per round. I wonder if that means you can't use it for both races then. If it's for the whole round, that means it can only be in either the first or the second part of the race. Fuel will be set to ×3. Race start standing with false start checks. BOP on. Tuning prohibited. Boost off. Visible damage on. Initial fuel default. Finish delay 180 seconds. I don't know why you don't need to know any of this. Slipstream is real. Mechanical damage is light. Grip is real. Ghosting in race is off. Shortcut penalty is off. Wall collision penalty is off. Replace cars when leave the track is off. So everything off. Jam Huntington in the chat saying holla. Yeah, I'm just getting through the blurb. I think I've read everything I need to know. I think you've got all the deets. So let's quickly run down this grid and see who are contending. So I think we might have 1 or 2 new faces. I'm going to have to get used to. We'll see. So on pole with car number 24 is Noxie in the Mazda. Lovely, I like that. Sky livery. In number 2 we have Dutch. Oh god, I've gone too far. I'm looking at the paper and thingy. In the GT for Dutch. Fantastic stuff there. Car 42. Then in 3rd place we have Alpha Nuts in an Honda NSX in the VRC colours, looking absolutely splendid. Over here in 4th place is Homesick Alien in the Ford Mustang. Great Ben & Jerry's livery. That looks absolutely crazy great. Then in 5th, what's Jokus in the Chevy? We have Jokus. That is one mean looking monster of a car. Great job there. Jokus in 6th. We'll swing around quickly. Oh god, we've gone past him. We've got Katula in a Mitsubishi, and that is fantastic, that livery. Look at that. It's got lovely stickers, heel tread on the side. Our friends. Brilliant stuff. Going up into 9th, new name, Rivixter. Rivixter is in the Subaru Patronus. I like it. It's looking good. Then after Rivixter in 8th, we have Racer Brown in the Mitsubishi. That's one striking looking car there, Mr. Brown. In 9th, we have Gazman, also in a Subaru. Oh yeah, there's some nice looking cars on this grid. It's going to be a joy doing this. In 10th, Shadow Rider. Sorry, it's all a bit lumpy. In the Subaru. Lots of Subarus down the fields. In 12th, another new name I think, Boosted Alpha. That's hot, isn't it? In the Subaru also, but look at that. That's clean. Sweet. And then in 12th, we have Skyjacker in a Chevy. So that's just by their car numbers. We haven't seen what they can do on the track yet. We'll get underway straight away for the first part of this endurance race, 40-minute race, and then they shuffle up onto a rolling start. Let me just press play. Tie yourselves down. Let's crack on for 40-minute racing here at Autopolis. They are go, and Noxie still leading. It looks like Dutch making a leap up into the lead in that GT. It's got some poke off the line. Noxie dropping down now. Alpha Nut. No, Noxie back up into second. Jokus up into third in the Chevy. There is a Rivixter, sorry, in fourth. I'll get used to your name. There he is. In the Subaru. Great start there. Homesick Alien in the Mustang trying to close off Alpha. Alpha looking up the inside. It's all shuffling around. Looks like Homesick's got ahead of Rivixter around the outside. Boosted Alpha up into 6th place, just behind Rivixter. Skyjacker in 7th. It's only the first lap. Skyjacker's had a right great leap there. Alpha having a little shuffle down, but he's back ahead of Skyjacker now. They're side by side going all the way around here. Catula in 9th. Gazman in 10th. We've got to rush through because we want to see what's going on around. Shadow Rider and Racer Brown right at the back. So up in the lead we've got Dutch versus Noxie. Noxie's just leaping forward, but he's outbraked himself. Dutch carrying on around the corner there. There he goes. Lovely stuff from Dutch, and Jokus up into second. Homesick now in third. He's side by side with Noxie. Noxie just dropping down. It looks like Boosted Alpha moving up into 4th place. Boosted Alpha, where does he come from? There, Noxie in 5th. Alpha Nut is in 6th with Skyjacker 7th. 8th is Catula. 9th is Gazman. Shadow Rider. They're all absolutely tight as an duck's butt, we'll say. Racer Brown has got ahead of Rivixter. It looks like Rivixter's had an issue on that lap. So Dutch leading the way. That is one old school GT. We love it. And Jokus, the battle between America and Japan so far. 2 Yanks are up in front, with a Subaru in third, with Boosted Alpha pushing the way. Jokus trying to get up the inside, but Jokus seeing him off. And there's Homesick down into 4th. We missed that happen as well. Noxie in 5th. There's Alpha Nut in 6th. Gazman up into 7th now. Skyjacker down into 8th. Skyjacker having a battle in the middle field there. Catula in 9th. Catula on Skyjacker, but he's not quite far up enough. And Skyjacker remains in 8th with Catula there in 9th. Shadow Rider in 10th. Battling on, seeing the battle ahead of him, but he's also got Racer Brown behind him. And Shadow Rider. Oh, it's Shadow Rider and Racer Brown side by side, is it? It is. Shadow, who did I say was in that black smooth car then, down the grid? See, I quite obviously don't know who's in what cars, because I think I've got the grid all totally wrong, so I don't think I said Shadow Rider was in that lovely clean one. I think I said that Boosted Alpha was, I thought. So, I don't know, but Boosted Alpha is now in the lead. Wow. This man is making some moves. We should go back and have a quick look, see how he did it. Oh, it looks like Jokus has had an issue. Boosted Alpha has got right up to the back of the Ford GT. He's looking to make a move. Dutch still maintaining the lead in this race on lap 2, a 40-minute race we have here at Autopolis. We're just heading up to turn 11. Very tight left hairpin, and there you go. There's how Boosted Alpha did it. just up the inside, and Dutch hasn't got no reply for him, but it looks like Noxie making a move also. Following Boosted Alpha. Haven't really looked at the tyres. Boosted Alpha, he's on the racing soft. So is Dutch. Noxie's on the super soft. He's doing his stint early in the race. In third place, Homesick is on the racing soft also. Alphanut on the racing soft. Gazman also on the racing soft. Joker's down to 7th here. He's on the super softs. Catula is on the softs. Racer Brown also on the softs. Skyjacker on the softs in 10th place. He's got Shadow Rider right behind him. So Racer Brown, oh no, and we just saw Skyjacker having a small off there. Crazy stuff. He's down into 12th place, but it's a long race. It's not all over yet. So we just saw Rivixter going around to get 11th from Skyjacker as Skyjacker returns back to the track. It's a long haul, but he hasn't even done his super soft stint yet, so it's not all over yet. So Boosted Alpha pulling away from the rest of the field. He did the fastest on lap 2 with a 1:45.9. Dutch managed a 1:48.7, but now he's got Homesick Alien. We've missed where Noxie has gone. Oh my. Noxie down into 8th place. I don't imagine. Oh, there, I think that's where we see it happen. Noxie still in 2nd, coming down the start straight into the first corner. He's on the brakes a little bit late, and he's just on the curb, and he's just got to crawl back on. Oh my word. And he's down into 6th place, but he hasn't got the momentum yet. Looks like the car's behind. It's going to be easy pickings for Jokers. Back up into 7th, and Catula moving through, also putting Noxie down into 8th. Crazy racing. So Boosted Alpha, he's got himself a little bit of space there from Dutch. Dutch seems to be an issue for Homesick Alien. It looks like he's a little bit faster than him at the moment. He's about to, just under a second faster the last lap around. We're on lap 3 now. And Alphanut, wow, we saw he was down fighting for 9th and 8th, and he's up into 4th place now. Gazman up into 5th. Jokers there is in 6th place, ahead of Catula, but Catula, it looks like Racer Brown's making a move. It's a 3-car battle into wow, into the hairpin. We saw 3 cars all jumping for it. Great stuff. Joker's now in 7th with Alpha. Joker's 6th. It's not decided yet. It's still fighting over it. Joker's still there in 6th place, ahead of Racer Brown, and Catula there just waiting to make the leap. And it looks like Racer Brown has shuffled forward ahead of Joker's. Joker's now, he's got 2 cars either side of him. Noxie and Catula. Wow, what a battle we've got down the field here for Joker's in 7th. Oh, we've got big skids there. It looks like Alphanut's having an off. Oh no, it's happening to the best of them out there. These cars must be quite finicky. He's got a little damage on the back. He's dropped back into 11th place behind Rivixter, but just ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker there in 12th place, just coming around to complete his 3rd lap, a 1:46. So he's on pace, except for that bad 2nd lap. Boosted Alpha then pulling away, going faster again on his 3rd lap, a 1:45.3. Homesick Alien, oh hey, Homesick Alien's got past. Who was it? Because they're not even there now. Someone's missing in 2nd place. Homesick was all over the back of, it wasn't Noxie. Oh, it's Dutch. Dutch is missing. I don't know where Dutch has gone. Has Dutch had a fall? It seems like it. He's down into 9th place. He hasn't pitted. Did a 49.6 on his last time around. Seems okay, but he is down into 9th place. He was having a great race up the front there with the other guys, and somehow he has slipped down into 9th place. It looks like someone else off there. It looks like a treacherous corner for these guys. There we see Joker's coming on. They're really struggling with that outside curb after the hairpin. It looks like it really unstables these cars. Boosted Alpha, meanwhile, looks like Homesick Alien not that far behind. He's not dropping behind. He's 46.9 on his last time around. Boosted Homesick Alien. Boosted Alpha was at 1:45.5, so it's over a second faster. Gazman in the Subaru. He's fancying his chances against the Mustang. He's all over the back of Homesick Alien. Ooh, no. Oh god, I had it. So on board with Gazman. Gazman, he's definitely in the Subaru. Yeah, Subaru WRX. He's looking for a way up the inside, late on the brakes into turn 1. Has he made it stick? Not quite. Side by side, but Holmes Galian's out wide. Holmes Galian was out wide there. He's lost some momentum, and now Racer Brown's caught him up. This is crazy stuff. Racer Brown got the fastest lap on the last lap, 1:45.241. His tyres just coming to life. It looks like Holmes Galian is struggling with something out there. Struggling with a bit of grip in them corners. Those Subarus love a turn or two. Four-wheel drive. I don't know actually for the Group 3s. I think they are. I think they're four-wheel drive. So boosted Alpha. Holmes Galian getting closer to him. He's had a bit of a slip. He's dropped down to 4th place. Now Gazman up into 2nd place, with Racer Brown in 3rd. Oh, it's a Mitsubishi, isn't it, Racer Brown? Mitsubishi Subaru for Gazman, and boosted Alpha also a Subaru. There you go. Down with it now. Mitsubishi, then a Ford Mustang. Noxie in the Mazda Atenza in 5th place, having a great race so far. Dutch up into 6th. We've had more movement. Alphanut is in 7th. Rivigster is in 8th. 9th is Jokus. 11th is Skyjacker. So it looks like Shadow Rider's had a bit of a fall. He did a 1:47.4 on his last lap, which was his fastest lap. Oh, he's got damage on the front. Looks like it's recent. I bet you it was the outside curb of that hairpin. So boosted Alpha leading from Gazman. Boosted Alpha looks like he's got a nice little bit of space. He did a 45.9 on his last lap, and Gazman did a 46.2, but he's got Racer Brown closing in, did a 45.8. Holmes Galian a 48.7, but we saw him having a small off on his last lap, but he's not lost touch of the guys ahead of him. He's going purple now in his Ford Mustang. Racer Brown does look like he's closing in on Gazman, so let's get on board with Racer Brown in his Mitsubishi as he catches up with the Subaru. Oh, he's got so much more grip, it seems, than Gazman up the hill. Now we're getting to it. Oh, this is the hairpin that they're all failing at on the outside curb. Racer Brown going to the inside move there, a small bit of contact, but there was racing room given. Are they side by side still? Virtually. Gazman just slipping in behind there. But he's very close behind. Boosted Alpha meanwhile, enjoying them squabbling, gives him a chance to rabbit, whilst these two fight it out. Racer Brown though, trying to chase down Boosted Alpha, with Gazman there in 3rd, following Racer Brown very closely. Holmes Galian seeming to drop off a little bit of the pace of these guys at the front. Tyres seem very similar. Fuel wear, that's also very similar between the Mustang and the two Japanese manufacturers ahead of him. There we see the Mazda. Noxie on the Super Soft. Is he the top one on the Super Soft? I think everyone else is on the softs. Noxie on the Super Softs. He's still going faster. He's still going faster, so those tyres still alive. 46.5 he did, next to Holmes Galian's 46.7. So Holmes Galian doing his fastest lap. The fuel is falling off, remember. Alpha not in 6th. A 47.6 for him in the last time around. He's on the racing soft, chasing Noxie down. He's still got his Super Softs to do. Katula also on the softs, up into 7th, chasing Alpha. He's got a little bit of space ahead of him. He's got Rivigster not too far behind. Rivigster having a very quiet race, but tidy. And he's just chipping away at those places. Skyjacker catching him up. Done a 48.1 his last time around, but he's got Shadow Rider keeping him company. Oh, it looks like Jokus has dropped back from these guys, and Dutch also. We saw Dutch in the middle of the pack. He seems to, oh, he did a 2:07.020 on his last lap, so it looks like he's had an issue. Boosted Alpha absolutely flying, a 46.0 on his last time around. Racer Brown a 44.9. Where was that? Gone nearly, wow, a second. No, he's done a, yeah, he's done a 45.2, so you know he was close, I suppose. 0.3 faster than his fastest. But yes, Racer Brown really shifting that Mitsubishi, chasing down the Subaru there for the lead of this race, and he's catching him up. He seriously is. It looks like the Subaru using his tyres up. Boosted Alpha wearing his tyres more than Racer Brown at the moment. Racer Brown are ready, getting the slipstream, looking like he's going to make a move in the first corner on lap 8. Only 12 minutes, 13 minutes into this race. This is great racing here we're seeing for the Pacific Rim round 1 here at Autopolis. He's following him round still for a bit longer. Gazman still in that 3rd place. Homesicalian in 4th. Noxie moving ahead of Alpha, was it? Did they just move? No, they're not that close together. So I thought I saw them flip, but Boosted Alpha and Racer Brown still duking it out for the lead of this race. Both on exactly the same tyres, but Racer Brown really looking after those soft tyres. He could stay out for quite a long time on those bad boys. Whereas Boosted Alpha, he must be starting to feel a little bit of a pinch of the grip. 46.2 his last time around, we saw. 46.5 for Gazman. Gazman, he'll be catching these guys up soon if Racer Brown's getting held up. If he can do mid-44s, and Boosted Alpha's only doing 46s, this will be hurting Racer Brown at this point in the race, and Gazman could have an opportunity to catch him up. Homesick Alien also. It looks like Homesick Alien is starting to fall back to Noxie. Noxie doing a 46.4 his last time round, so Noxie absolutely on it with his lap times, ahead of the of the Mustang, who's only managing 47s at this moment in time. Back to Racer Brown, he's still there, he's still hunting him down. Boosted Alpha doing everything he can to keep Racer Brown behind, but this is where the struggle happens down the start straight when the slipstream comes into play, and there goes Racer Brown. He's going for the outside line. Boosted Alpha staying on the inside. Gazman there in the distance for 3rd place, and there you go. Racer Brown, it was enough of a tow to get into that corner first. Looks like he had to brake late though, so Boosted Alpha coming back at him. Boosted Alpha up the inside. Boosted Alpha up the inside of Racer Brown. They're side by side virtually. It looks like Boosted Alpha just slightly ahead, and there you go. It may have been the Racer Brown braked a little bit too much, too late in the first corner, and just got ahead temporarily before Boosted Alpha just swung on by. Boosted Alpha a 46.4 his last time round. Racer Brown a 46.2. Gazman doing a 46.5. So Noxie is ahead of Homesick Alien. While that was happening, looks like Homesick Alien had another poor lap. 52.2. Another small off maybe. Noxie there in 4th now. Oh no, they're shifting around these two. Boosted Alpha back into the lead, ahead of Racer Brown, but it looks to me it's virtually side by side going into that corner, and Boosted Alpha just staying ahead of the Mitsubishi for another corner until they come to the next one. Crazy racing up at the front. I want to look through the field, but these two are making it difficult. Looks like Racer Brown made a small mistake there. He went out wide, unless he's going to try and just gain some more speed of the straight, but no, it looks like Boosted Alpha staying ahead for the now. Gazman in 3rd. I want to quickly do this. 4th is Noxie. 5th is Homesick Alien. 6th for Alphanut. 7th is Catula, ahead of Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider having a great race, up to 8th. 9th for Skyjacker. Rivixter is in 10th with Dutch 11th. Jocus is in 12th. Now Boosted. There's that Racer Brown coming through that toe. He's trying to get the inside line this time. He's having a different approach. Is he going to get the inside line in this next corner? He looks like he's got it, but then Boosted Alpha should have the inside line for this next corner. Oh no, sorry, I thought it was a left-hander. It's not. It's a right-hander, but Boosted Alpha trying all he can. It seems Racer Brown has pulled it off. He's made the move. He's now ahead. Great stuff there from Racer Brown. 147.1 on his last time round. Boosted Alpha a 47.0, and Gazman did a 46.6, so he is pulling those guys in hand over fist. Racer Brown now, obviously he's going to try and rabbit as quickly as he can. While Boosted Alpha, I think, is struggling with a bit of tyre wear in that Subaru. Gazman also in the Subaru. Tyres look about similar, but he's managing to go a little bit quicker. Noxie in fourth, 46.8 from Noxie, great pace. He's on them super softs, remember. He's used over half a tank. We're 17 minutes into this race, and Homesick trying to collect that car. He's really struggling through that hairpin in the Mustang. It's a beefy car, doesn't like the accelerator going down. He's using his tyres up. Alpha Nut getting closer and closer. 46.5 on Alpha's last lap. Homesick Alien a 47.4 plus the mistake this lap. It's not looking good for Homesick Alien, and Alpha Nut will be ready soon to take that spot from him. As we're sat on board with Alpha Nut in the Honda NSX, going up against the mighty Ford Mustang. He's going for the outside line. That is crazy stuff. Pulling the car around, trying to get the best line through this last chicane, getting the toe, and head down to the first corner. Starting lap 11 at this point. 18 minutes into the race. Sat on board with Alpha Nut here for round one of the Pacific Rim Championship, our Thursday night racing here at the Virtual Racers Club. Drink, sorry. And Alpha is so close now. Let's have a look at what this looks like from outside the car. Gazman says morning all, quick 10 mins of the stream before shift starts. Crack on, crack on. And there we see now Alpha Nut doing everything he can to get past the Alien. It's great stuff. Absolutely fantastic. We'll have a look through the field in a minute, but there you go. It's that corner. Homesick just not comfortable in that Mustang through that hairpin, and now Alpha looking like he's getting up alongside of the Alien. The Alien's got the inside line, took a bit of curb, but here we can see when it gets to the corners, this is when the Honda excels and is all over the back of the Mustang, but the tyres starting to go from him now as he chases down the Ford Mustang. He's still got some life left in those tyres. Let's go and have a look then. Racer Brown pulling away from Gazman's into the pits to get rid of his softs. Noxie happy on his super softs, carrying on in the Mazda, quarter of a tank of fuel. So Gazman first one to pit. Will he start a chain reaction? Homesick Alien staying out there, Alpha Nut staying out there, Gazman's still the only one. Catula just ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker fighting. Skyjacker's decided to pull the trigger on that bad boy. He's also going in. Gazman's coming out in 6th place ahead of Catula, but Catula's got better momentum in his Mitsubishi. Should get into that corner, but no. Gazman truly closes the door and says, no, you don't. And Catula just backs off. Skyjacker there. Looks like he's filling up. Rivigster, sorry, also coming in. Tyres look okay. So it's a tactical move by Rivigster. Dutch out there still in 11th. No, Dutch has gone past now in 10th. As I pressed 11th, they must have swapped. And Joker's there in 12th place, just on his fastest lap with a 37.934. We assume he must have pitted maybe on lap 7. So Racer Brown and Boosted Alpha both staying out. Well, Darren Salmon in the chat saying morning folks. So Racer Brown and Darren Boosted Alpha both staying out. Noxie there up into 3rd place on those super softs. They can only use the super softs once per round, so we assume when they have a break at the middle of this race at the 40-minute mark and bunch the cars back up like a safety car situation, then they cannot use super softs if they've already used them. Homesick Aliens, so they're Racer Brown and Boosted Alpha into the pits. Noxie then, what's Noxie going to do? Is he going to milk those? He did a 47.1, still fast, but no, he's also coming in. So Homesick Alien, his tyres looking quite done. I imagine he would be happy to get rid of them. So Homesick and Alpha, they're all coming around. So what can Gazman? Does that one early pit stop really give him the jump on everyone? He was already in 3rd. Racer Brown already back out onto the track in 1st place. He's topped up with fuel and put racing softs on. Boosted Alpha has come out on racing softs ahead of Gazman, so no change in the order at the front. Looks like Gazman might be a little bit closer to Boosted Alpha. Alpha not out 4th. ahead of Noxie. So Alpha Nut gaining a spot, and he's gone for medium tyres. Absolutely corker. He's gone for medium tyres here. He's going to go for a long run. He's got for medium tyres, but only a quarter of a tank of fuel. Something doesn't seem right in that there. Noxie, he's put 3/4 of a tank of fuel in, and he's gone for racing softs. Homesick Alien also on the racing softs, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Skyjacker up into 7th. Where did that come from? Ahead of Cthulhu after the pit stops. Cthulhu has put the super softs on now. Saw Skyjacker nipping into the pits early. He hasn't underfueled the car. It's yeah, he's having a great race to say he was out of it on lap 1. So Rivixter saw him also coming into the pits. He's gone for his super soft stint now. He's up into 9th place. Great first race for Rivixter here at the Virtual Racers Club. And there we see a Shadow Rider in 10th place ahead of Jokers, who's now got ahead of Dutch. I think everyone... Jokers... Yeah, I think Joker's made an earlier pit stop. So Racer Brown, absolutely dominant up front in his Mitsubishi. Ahead of a Boosted Alpha in his Subaru. They've both pitted. Done their outlaps, a 1:43.5 for Racer Brown. It doesn't really mean nothing, a 1:43.9, but it depends on where they are in the pit lane. There's Gazman going across. He's done a 45.5 on his racing softs. Alpha Nut's gone back in. It must have been a mistake. Those medium tyres must have been. He's gone back in. He's fueling up. It looks like he had issues with his pit crew making some fumbles there for him, and it's cost him dear. There's Racer Brown. Boosted Alpha in 2nd. Gazman there in 3rd place, chasing down Boosted Alpha. He's got him in sight all the way. Noxie in 4th place in that Mazda. Great. I think he may be the only one in an Atenza. So he's having a great time here at Autopolis for round 1 of the Pacific Rim Championship here at the Virtual Racers Club. Homesick Alien in 5th. Hasn't quite had the pace to fight the top end here, but he's been sitting in this 4th and 5th spot quite comfortably. Alpha Nut was ahead of him, but it looks like Alpha Nut had to re-pit, so he's not lost too much. Still behind Homesick Alien, ahead of Skyjacker. We saw Skyjacker's pit strategy, putting him ahead of Cthulhu, who is in 8th place. Rivixter now up into 9th. Shadow Rider in 10th. Joker's down in 11th. It looks like Dutch is catching up Joker, so let's just sit in the GT40. Gee, I don't know if it's a GT40. I think it's more modern than that, so I'll just call it a Ford GT. Sat in the Ford GT, chasing down the Chevy of Jokers. 2 American cars going up against each other into this hairpin that we've seen. Cost people a lot of time, that outside curve. We see him going up on that, losing all stability. So let's have a look around. Racer Brown leading the way. It looks like he's got the fastest lap with a 44.568. Boosted Alpha in 2nd spot. He's done a 45.8 on his last time around. Racer Brown did a 44.7. Oh my word. So Racer Brown really is in a league of his own. It looks like someone spun out. It's Jokers. It's Jokers, I'm afraid. Jokers spun out. Now Dutch is up into 11th with Racer Brown. Racer Brown there in 1st, leading the way from Boosted Alpha. In 3rd place, Gazman. So no change at the top here. Racer Brown, Boosted Alpha and Gazman all haven't... I don't think any of them have used their super softs yet. Noxie has used his super softs, got himself a great track position in 4th place. He's got himself quite a nice bit of space from Homesick Alien. Did a 46.4 on those racing softs. His fastest, so he's faster on the racing softs than he was on the super softs. How bizarre. With Homesick Alien, a 46.060, he's going faster than he's gone before, so his race now, he's going a bit faster than Noxie, so he'll be starting to hunt down the Mazda driver, the lone Mazda driver in this championship. Alphanut in the Honda. We saw he had to do a double pit stop. Catula has got ahead of Skyjacker. I don't know when it happened. We're going to jump on board with Skyjacker though, because that looks tantalisingly close. So Skyjacker trying to get the slipstream in his Chevy up against the Mitsubishi. He's pulling out. He's going for the outside line. But Catula's got the inside covered, but as Catula underbraked himself, and wow, look, Skyjacker just drives by, and in the meantime it looks like Alphanut off of the track, giving Skyjacker the momentum. He's moving himself up into 6th place for Skyjacker. We thought it was all over on lap 1, and now he's there in 6th place, chasing down Homesick Alien. Crazy racing here at Autopolis. So Racer Brown leading the way, absolutely wiping the floor with the rest of the field. Boosted Alpha in a great second spot for his debut race here at the Virtual Racers Club. Gazman in 3rd, showing what he can do in a Subaru. Noxie in 4th with the Mazda, doing a great race at the moment. Homesick Alien in 5th. Keeping that car consistent. It looks like it's a handful in the corners. Skyjacker coming through the field. He's up into 6th place now, ahead of Alphanut. After we saw Alphanut making his pit crew make a mistake, and now he's had a small off. He's got Cthulhu breathing down his neck in that Mitsubishi. So Alphanut, a lot to think about in the cockpit of that Honda. Rivixter in 7th place, ahead of Shadow Rider. Did a 48.9 on his last time around. Wasn't great lap time. Shadow Rider 46.4, so Rivixter, he'll have to watch out, because Shadow Rider starting to put in some lap times now. There is Dutch looking like he had a struggle on his last lap at 54.5, and gives Jokers the opportunity after we saw him having a small off, coming back at the Ford GT. Great racing up and down the field, I must say. Situations here all abound. So Racer Brown yet to use his super softs, half a tank fuel. We're at 29 minutes and 30 seconds in this race. Boosted Alpha, he's got a lot more fuel, so these two might be saving their super soft stint for the second half of this race. Gazman there in 3rd, half a tank of fuel. Wow. Noxie in 4th, going great guns, half tank of fuel, hardly used those tyres. He's in an absolutely great place. It's consistent lap times, 46.1, 46.1. He's getting blues again. Is this Noxie's day? Will these two cars, or 3 cars, struggle on those super soft tyres, and Noxie will find a great opportunity to get past them guys. Homesick Alien then. He's doing 46.3s, 46.2s. He's found some consistency in that Mustang, getting on top of it. In 6th, Alphanut trying to come back out. Skyjacker. Looks like we've got a bit of a race on between these two. I'll knock that back a second or two, see what happens. So Skyjacker leading, he's in 6th, ahead of Alpha. Alpha making a cheeky move up the side of him, up the hill. The Honda might be a little bit lighter than the Corvette. They're heavy braking into the hairpin as Alpha slightly outbraked himself, and there we see Skyjacker trying to get back underneath Alphanut, and Skyjacker moving back into that 6th spot, with Alphanut dropping into 7th again. Cthulhu now got the momentum on Alpha. He's trying to find a way past for 7th place. Cthulhu having quite a quiet race. He's done a 46.807 on lap 14. But there's still a long way to go. We've got 10 minutes or 9 minutes left of this race and 40 minutes of the second half. They only get points for the overall finishers. So Shadow Rider there in 9th, following that little battle. He's quite a way behind it though. It's a 3-way battle, because Alphanut is coming back at Skyjacker. Skyjacker trying to maintain against Alphanut all the time. Cthulhu looking behind them both. Cthulhu getting a slip off of Alpha. Skyjacker come flying across the track there to try and be defensive. He is the car in front. He chooses the line, all three of them into the corner at the same time, and Skyjacker, the defensive driving, working for him with Alphanut in second, or second, seventh, and Catula back there in 8th place. These three are going to carry this on all the way through this race. So we'll have a quick look. Racer Brown just doing his fastest lap and the fastest lap, a 1:44.485. Absolutely great guns there from Racer Brown. He's quite a way ahead of Boosted Alpha, doing a 45.6 right now. Gazman doing a 46.3, so about a similar pace there from Boosted Alpha and Gazman. Doesn't look like they've changed much on the track. Noxie there in 6th, going faster than he's gone before with a 45.667. Watch out, Boosted Alpha and Gazman, because Noxie is on the move. Then we have Homesick Alien having quite a lonely race at the moment, a 46.6 from him. And then Skyjacker, the battle royale down here, 6th, 7th and 8th. Who will come out on top? We've got the Yank and the two Japs. Is that, I'm allowed to say Japs if I say Yank? It's all derogatory, isn't it? We've got the American versus the Japanese Catula, the Spaniard, piloting his Mitsubishi all over the lone Honda in this championship of Alphanut, and the Corvette just staying ahead, but I think it's down to Alphanut having to be defensive from Catula that is helping the Corvette at the moment. The tyre wear, oh, Alpha's tyre wear is so much better than the guys around, but we did see Skyjacker making quite an early pit stop the first time around. Can he go till the end of the race? There's only 7 minutes left. Alphanut well and truly in that slipstream. He's going to try and go up the inside of the Corvette, late on the brakes. Can he make it? Skyjacker's nose still just slightly ahead, and Skyjacker lives to tell another day in 6th place. Fantastic racing here from Skyjacker, Alphanut and Catula, who seems to have dropped off a little bit from their tail. Racer Brown still going around the lead here with such dominance. It's unbelievable. In 2nd, Gazman. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Sorry, I'll go back. I don't know what's happened there. Oh, I've got to go back quite far as well. My word, what happened? I just think I saw what happened. So, we've gone back nearly a minute or so, I think, after watching that racing between those three cars. Up ahead, Boosted Alpha, he just got his wheels on the dirt and he's spun her around. Not quite all the way around, he's managed to save it, but there goes Gazman up into 2nd place, saying thank you very much, I'll take that. And there Boosted Alpha has got it all to do, and now Gazman, he hasn't put a foot wrong so far. 46.3 on his last lap, but that might be the tyres giving way. Boosted Alpha at 50.8 with that small half spin, but he's going to try and come back. And there you can see Mr. Fasty Pants in his Mazda chasing them down. He's got more fuel. No, he hasn't got more fuel. He is getting through his fuel a bit faster than those guys. Homesick Alien, a 46.5 from him in 5th place. Then we have this battle. We've already seen all this, sorry. We'll have a look further back. Shadow Rider in 9th place. He's on a lonely race, all on his own. It's hard to keep pace when you're on your own, but he seems to be doing okay. A 46.4, 46.4, a 46.5. So he's keeping consistent as hell there. Joker's up into 10th, ahead of Rivixter. What happened to Rivixter? These guys, if these just pitted, yeah, they're on their outlaps. There we go. So Joker's, he's up into 10th after his pit stop. Rivixter in 11th, and Dutch, it doesn't say he's got an outlap, so, but I think he pitted before that. I'm not sure. It says a 209 on his last time around, but it's not saying that this is an outlap, so I'm not sure where Dutch stands. Skyjacker got to go to work now, sadly. We'll catch up later. Cracking job thingy, thank you Skyjacker in the chat. So a Racer Brown leading from Gazman, but Gazman's got pressure from Boosted Alpha, but it looks like Boosted Alpha really would like a bit more grip. He's losing some grip either in the dirty air of Gazman or his tyres. They've got similar tyre wear, although Gazman's tyres at the back look somewhat better than Boosted Alpha. Maybe he runs his brake ratio further to the back, giving him a little pendulum swing with that back end. Great stuff. Noxie there in 4th place, going across the line of 46.0, 46.7 from Boosted Alpha. Gazman doing a 47.4. So it's all closing up here for second, third, and Noxie coming up to catch up with him as well in fourth. Homesick Alien, some way back from that, but not 100 miles. If this is coming together, he's going to be there to pick up the pieces, to taste the tears. So Homesick Alien, Skyjacker having a fantastic combat race in 6th place, being dogged by Alpha though. He can't shake off that Honda, and Cthulhu ever watchful behind them in 8th. Shadow Rider in 9th. He's just done his fastest lap time. I was saying it's hard to motivate yourself, but he's just done a 45.9, so he's motivated and he's flying, but he's somewhat away from the battle ahead of him that these three are commenced in at the moment. Then Gazman, absolutely crazy racing here, we can see from Gazman and Boosted Alpha, the two Subaru drivers. Absolutely nothing in it between the two of them. On lap 20, we're in 35.5 minutes into this 40-minute race, so there's only 4.5 minutes left. I don't think anyone's going to come into the pits. That was it. It was the one pit stop they needed. Looks like they're easily going to get to the end. Oh, Gazman's having a small off. Is that enough for Boosted Alpha? Boosted Alpha all over the back of him into the final corners. There's not many laps to be able to do. He's got to make hay while he can, but no, it looks like, is he going to get the slipstream into the first corner? Gazman slowly moving out to the racing line. Boosted Alpha taking that inside line. Gazman, he looks like he's playing safe. He's not that defensive. They're going side by side, the two Subarus, and it looks like Boosted Alpha just slightly edging it ahead of Gazman. So Boosted Alpha up into second spot. Fantastic stuff from the Subaru driver against the Subaru driver. This is looking great between the two Subarus. Fantastic stuff. Gazman not giving up on the Ghost yet, coming back at him. I know there's more racing going on. Skyjack's still ahead of Alpha Nut in 6th, then 7th for Alpha Nut, 8th for Cthulhu. Noxie still ahead of Homesick Alien. Noxie catching these guys up though, don't you fear. He's not too far behind, but we've only got just over 3 minutes of racing left. Racer Brown leaving them behind, absolutely leaving them behind, but there's no points for this race. It's all going to close back up again. He'll be on the front of the grid of the rolling start. Boosted Alpha looking like he's going to be second. Gazman there in third, but there is nothing in it between these two, and I don't think either of the three guys at the front have used their super softs. What was that? What was that? I saw someone off the track, but it looks like, I think that was Rivixter. Noxie then up to 4th, just getting past Rivixter. Yeah, he's getting blue flags, just staying out of the way. Homesick Alien there in 5th place with Skyjacker in 6th, but there goes Alpha Nut looking like he's going to have another look in the hairpin. Did I stutter? I think I did. So Skyjacker just staying ahead of Alpha Nut with Cthulhu, getting closer and closer. These guys' lap times are 47.6 from Skyjacker last time, 47.4 from Alpha Nut last time round, and Cthulhu doing a 47.8. Cthulhu on those super soft tyres, so he'll be losing grip now compared to the guys ahead, but Skyjacker's fuel is flashing with 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. He's just coming around to complete his lap 21. And maybe it'll be the last lap. Yeah, I think it'll be the last lap, the next lap. Pretty sure, maybe. He'll be hoping so. Alpha Nut, plenty of fuel. He's going for it. He's got up the side of him in the last corners, but no. Skyjacker keeping him at bay to start what could be his last lap of the race. So, Racer Brown going around. He might get across the line again to do another lap. Boosted Alpha there in second. Looks like he's pulled a little bit of space out from Gazman. Gazman maybe struggling on those tyres. Boosted Alpha got a little bit more fuel, a bit more ballast in the car maybe. Noxie 46.4 on his last time round, 47.1 from Gazman. Boosted Alpha at 46.3. So Gazman struggling and Noxie catching. Whoa. So Homesick Alien there in 5th, quite a lonely race. Skyjacker still ahead of Alpha Nut, who is still ahead of Cthulhu, but Cthulhu's tyres definitely worn down. Shadow Rider in 9th with Jokers in 10th. Dutch up into 11th. Looks like Rivixter. Ooh, just bounced. Looked like he's had a bit of an issue. He's ended up behind Dutch quite a way, so nothing going to change there in this race. So there goes Racer Brown. He's crossed the line, so he's going to get another lap. We've only got 40 seconds left of this race. Boosted Alpha probably will get across the line. for another lap. He's in the last corner now with Gazman not that far behind, and Noxie ever catching up. He'd like to get another lap in, I imagine. 30 seconds to go, they'll get it. Boosted Alpha then crossing the line. 20 seconds to go. He's started, already. So's Gazman. Noxie gets another lap. Homesick Alien. 15 seconds of the race to go. I assume he's going to get across the line. 7 seconds, 6 seconds to go. Skyjacker, he's some way away ago, but he will be hoping the timer runs out, watching his fuel flashing like that. Again, remember, no points for this race. It's just for positions. It's a two-part race, one race in two parts. There comes Alpha. Oh, Skyjacker just crossing the line ahead of Alphanaut, with Cthulhu back there in 8th place. Shadow Rider coming around for 9th spot, just into the last corner now. He comes across the line for a fine 9th position. Great stuff, good points. 10th place for Jokers. Jokers only just ahead of Dutch in the end. They made a right fight of it. Dutch really catching up Jokers. Jokers did a 48.7 his last time around. Dutch did a 49.3. But it looks like in this lap, I'm just making sure Racer Brown's nowhere near the line. Here we go, sorry. I'd watch those two, but Racer Brown is now coming across. Fantastic win, Racer Brown. Totally dominant, great stuff. Goes from strength to strength, does Racer Brown. Fantastic racing in that Mitsubishi. The second place goes to Subaru for Boosted Alpha, brand new to the VRC. Welcome, my friend. You are fast. You fast boy. Well done, Boosted Alpha coming across to finish in 2nd spot. Great stuff there. 3rd for Gazman, 4th for Noxie. I'm going to pause it there for a second. So 4th for Noxie. Homesick Alien coming home in 5th place. Have they all finished at the back? And Dutch and Rivixter. Where's Rivixter on the track? Yeah, so Homesick's the furthest one away. So Homesick coming around for 5th place. Going around the last corner. There you go. So the safety car, just imagine like a safety car's had to come out, and they'll line up closer together for a rolling start in the order of Racer Brown, Boosted Alpha, Gazman, Noxie. Oh no, well, they do slow down a lot when they cross the line. I thought Noxie got really close, but did a 45.9 on his last lap. Gazman did a 47.3. Must have been quite close. So Noxie in 4th, Homesick Alien in 5th, Skyjacker 6th, Alphanaut 7th, Cthulhu in 8th, Shadow Rider in 9th, Jokers in 10th, Dutch in 11th, and Rivixter in 12th. So let Homesick get the glory as he crosses the line. But like I said, it's just for position in this next race. Excuse me. So round 1, it says race 2, but trust me, it's a continuation of that first race. They get points for the final positions, not for the other parts. So here we are for the second half of the first round here at Autopolis for the Pacific Rim Championship with the Virtual Racers Club. Please check out our friends through our website www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, and our friends on there, Heel Tread, for all your sock needs. Go and have a check them out. They're having a massive sale, huge, half off, and that doesn't mean that they just send you a right sock. They send you a right and a left. You pay 50%. You're buying one sock for two. It's 2 socks for the price of one. So it's got to be worth going on there and having a look. Then Acerlift Designs, if you really want to mod up your rig, you want to beef it up, you want to show your other half how manly you really can be, then check out Acerlift Designs. One of those bad boys will make you a second faster. And then Lovely Stickers. Lovely Stickers if you want to cover your PlayStation with the Marlboro sponsorship, or a Red Bull looking sponsorship, or even your wheels, your G29, your Fantex. You want to spruce them up a little bit, make them look fancy pants, then Lovely Stickers is the guys you need. Also, I've got to urge you, I really have to urge you about our Time Trial Zingray competition. It is one of the best prizes you could possibly... Well, the prize is you're going to have a go, or two of you are going to go and have a go in a real absolute go-kart. It's the real deal. It's won championships. I'm sure I read it won something like 2019, is it? 2018? Won championships, and the guys that run that team, they're inviting you to come and have a test with them. It's real racing. It goes beyond sim racing. It's the dream. It's what we all would love to have a go at doing. What am I at? 80%. I can't find the Zingray time trial bit. Buggering out. I'm down too far. Go up. Go up. Go up. It's in the Discord. Check it out. It's a fantastic prize. We just want you to do 3 time trials, submit those times, and then the top 10 get entered into an absolute corker of a race. And then the winner, and not necessarily second, the next, there'll be a judging panel. The admin will judge, plus probably other people, just to keep it fair, that some randoms will judge who the second spot for the test should go to. And you can't go wrong, man. You've got to get yourself entered for that, because that's just a great championship. It's in our Discord. Also, I told you that website, so you can go there, and at the top of the page it says enter our community. I think it says enter our community, or come and join our community. That'll take you through to our Discord, and you can chat to anyone, including me. You can say hello, thingamajig. How are you this morning? And I'll say I am fine. I am getting rather excited for the second half of this race. Let me get rid of the big abusive numbers. So let's have a look at Racer Brown. Racer Brown absolutely dominant in the first half of this race. He's come in under safety carpet conditions. He's put the super softs on. Boosted Alpha also with the super softs. Gazman also going with the super softs. Noxie, we know, has used the super softs, so he has gone for the softs. Homesick Alien still on the softs. I don't know if he's gone for super softs yet. Skyjacker has gone for the super softs. Alphanut staying on the softs. Cthulhu on the softs. I think Cthulhu's used super softs. Shadow Rider on the softs. Joker's on the softs. Dutch on the softs, and Rivix, they're already straight past Dutch, looking like Dutch had a bit of an issue going off. There we see Racer Brown heading into the first corner ahead of Boosted Alpha, with Gazman in third, Noxie in fourth. Noxie looking like he's struggling with the back end of that Mazda, giving Homesick and Alien a chance, but Homesick Alien's got his hands full with a Corvette in his wing mirrors of Skyjacker. Skyjacker looking to make the jump. He's on the super soft tyres, whereas Homesick Alien on the colder and non-stickier soft tyres. So Skyjacker's got every chance. Alphanut there on the soft tyres, also trying to stay on the coattails of Skyjacker. Racer Brown leading from Boosted Alpha. Boosted Alpha, though, giving him something to think about right up his jacksie all the way. Gazman is in third place. He's lost touch with the two guys ahead of him, but he's still got them in visual range. And there we see Homesick Alien in fourth, Skyjacker in fifth on those super softs. It looks like he's lost the car a little bit in that hairpin, that treacherous hairpin. Alphanut coming back at him. Alphanut having a look. He's going to get a run on him in this corner. No, Alpha on the brakes. He's saving it for another day. Skyjacker on those super soft tyres, a lot stickier, but Alphanut has got closer to him. Shadow Rider in seventh, Joker's in eighth. There's Noxie. Noxie's dropped right back. Oh my lords, we've missed it, but Noxie has dropped back into ninth place. Rivixter up into 10th, with Dutch down in 11th, and Cthulhu also really down the field. Oh no, did Noxie and Cthulhu have a coming together? I'm not sure. Oh, should I go back? Oh, I should. Could have been ages ago, though, couldn't it? So, Cthulhu, he was in 8th place. And it's just that same spot, and it's just going out there that got Boosted Alpha in the first race. And who is it we're looking at? They dropped. It was Noxie in 4th. So watching Noxie on the replay also, we've seen he's dropped down the field. We just saw how it happened to Cthulhu in, I think, the Subaru. And now we're watching Noxie in the Mazda, and oh yeah, similar stuff. Just that back end just slightly going away from him on the cold racing tyres, coming back onto the track, slipping back into 9th place behind Jokus. At least he hasn't damaged the car too much. He's got Rivixter very close behind him. Rivixter having to think about it in the Subaru. Brand new to Virtual Racers Club. His first race, baptism by fire in the Group 3 cars. You'd say the best entry is coming in with our Max 5 Championship. Nice and level cars, quite good handleability. So Racer Brown still leading from Boosted Alpha. Boosted Alpha giving him something to think about though. Those Subarus on them super softs. Gazman not that far behind. Homesick Alien still keeping them in view. They've come around the last corner there. Oh no, they're coming up to the last corner. Racer Brown still the first lap. We've already had 2 casualties. Alpha not up to 5th. Where's Skyjacker? Have we lost Skyjacker as well? Oh my word, oh my word, oh my words. So, oh dear, there we go. So Skyjacker in a solid 5th place here for the second half of the race after the safety car, and he's just gone out a little bit wide on those super softs. But we saw in the first race he dropped further back than that, and he had an amazing comeback. So one to keep an eye on. He's joined ahead of Cthulhu, and let's see what he can do from that position. Racer Brown then completing his completing his first lap. We've only just done the first lap, guys. So there we see Racer Brown crossing the line nearly 2 minutes into this race, with Boosted Alpha in second spot, with Gazman in third. It's all quite close up front there. There is Homesick Alien. I just saw Gazman going off wide. Homesick Alien there in 4th, with Alpha moving up into 5th. Shadow Rider in 6th place. Remember, we only get points for the final of this race. Doesn't matter what you do in the first part. And there we see Shadow Rider up into 6th place, not far behind Alphanaut. Jokus up into 7th, with Noxie down into 8th place. Noxie though, he's trying to find a way past that Corvette. He's taking that Mazda to the limits. He's pushing it. You can see he's going sideways in the corner, and he is really putting on some pressure on Jokus at the moment. Let's have a look from this point of view. So there we're sat on board with the lone Mazda in this championship. He's going against the Corvette. He's going to go under braking, try and go up the inside of him. He's got the move done. Can he keep it? But there's Jokus coming back. Jokus carrying more speed out of the corner. Jokus chasing him down the little short straight into the next corner. But I think Noxie has just got it covered off. Great stuff from Noxie there. Moving up into 7th place. Shadow Rider is the next target on his radar. So Racer Brown are leading the way ahead of Boosted Alpha, like they did in the first part of this race. Gazman, or part A of this round, Gazman there in 3rd place. Homesick Alien, he's there in 4th, with Alphanaut not too far behind him. Alphanaut, I don't believe, has done a super soft, nor has Homesick Alien. The top 3 now getting their super soft stint out the way. Racer Brown doing the fastest lap on lap 2 with a 44.9. Boosted Alpha only managing a 45.3. Gazman there on a 46.1. Homesick Alien managing a 46.4. Alphanaut dropping back. Now Alphanaut under trouble with Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider, I think there was something before that. We've missed something. Alpha seemed quite slow coming out of a corner. I don't know. He's there in 5th, quite far ahead of Shadow Rider. Oh, he's just lost the back end of the Honda a little bit into turn 1, and that gives Shadow Rider the opportunity to move up alongside the Honda, and there he goes by in his Subaru with a little love tap. Say thank you. And now Shadow Rider up into 5th place. Who would have thunk that? Shadow Rider early on in the first part of the race, he was quite far back. Now Racer Brown leading from Boosted Alpha. Gazman in 3rd place, with Homesick Alien up into 4th place. Shadow Rider now moving up into 5th place, with Alphanaut stuck behind the Subaru. Noxie is up into 7th. Rivixter Rivix, someone's dropped. Dutch in 9th, Cthulhu, Skyjacker in 11th. Oh, it's Jokers. Jokers has dropped down. He's not pitted because it's too early. Looks like Jokers has had an issue in his Corvette and he's dropped behind Cthulhu in 12th spot now. So Racer Brown leading from Boosted Alpha. Gazman in 3rd. No change at the top. They're getting through those super softs quite nicely. We're 5 minutes into this 40-minute race. Homesick Alien making his way around. This is the close race here. Alphanut on Shadow Rider, pushing him all the way. Sat on board with Alpha in his Honda. Checking out the back of Shadow Rider's Subaru. Whoa. This really is a battle of America versus Japan, this Pacific Rim Championship, bubbling up to be quite tasty. So far, Japan has taken the first blood, it seems, with the top 3 places. The Ford Mustang looking good for the Yanks. In 4th, Shadow Rider, Japanese Subaru, then Alphanut in a Japanese Honda, Noxie, Japanese Mazda, so it's only Homesick virtually in the top 10, keeping it American. So further back, Noxie will be catching these guys up as they race each other. Shadow Rider did a 46.1 his last time around. Alphanut a 47.6. Noxie at 46.5, so Noxie catching up that little battle ahead of him. That's one bubbling under the surface. Oh, I tell a lie, there's another American car in 8th. So there's 2 American cars in the top 10. 9th is Cthulhu for the Mitsubishi, and behind him he's got Dutch harassing him all the way in the Ford GT. He's looking, he's thinking about making a move into the hairpin, a bit late, so he's come out of it. And now he is sitting quite pretty in 10th place, just behind the Subaru. And look, you can see there a little battle building between Skyjacker, Cthulhu, Dutch, Jokers. Jokers a little bit further back. No, Jokers just on the tail of these guys. And Rivixter has dropped back a little bit, but for no reason. It just looks like his first lap was a bit of a tough one. So Racer Brown getting the fastest lap on lap 3. No, getting the fastest lap on lap 4. He's just going faster and faster as they go around. He's pulled himself out a lovely bit of space from Boosted Alpha. There is Gazman maintaining that podium position. Can he do it at the end of the race? We're only 7.5 minutes into this race now. Homesick Alien maintaining that 4th place, going faster than he's gone before with a 46.2 in this second half of this round. And there we see Alphanut trying to make a move on Shadow Rider. They're trying to race each other, 6th and 5th. There he is, Alphanut making the move. He's got ahead of Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider in the Subaru, just chasing the Honda around. In 7th is Noxie catching up these guys. Remember, 46.3 on his last time around. Oh, Shadow Rider did a 46.1, but he's lost time this lap. And 46.1 from Alpha, so they picked up the pace. And now Noxie has to do a little bit more, find a little bit more time. Skyjacker still there in 8th, ahead of Cthulhu. No one pitting yet, no one deciding, but it's a bit early. We're only 8 minutes into this race. Dutch ahead of Jokers, with Rivixter a little bit further back there. So Racer Brown, can anyone go up against this man? He is in the zone. Just lately, everything he's raced, he's just dominated. Fantastic stuff from Racer Brown. And there, Boosted Alpha trying to keep up with him, but he's got Gazman to think about. 45.5 from Gazman on the last time round, a 45.3 from Boosted Alpha, but they don't look that far apart. I think Gazman is doing a faster lap this time round than Boosted Alpha. We will go back, we'll have a look. Boosted Alpha did a 45.8, Gazman did a 45.7, so barely anything in it, but maybe he's just grabbing that toe and pulling himself a little bit closer to the other Subaru. Boosted Alpha looking like he's going on the dirt. Homesick Alien, a fantastic 4th place, just off of the podium. Top American runner, no American car manufacturer, but he's got Alphanut closing down on him, and Shadow Rider giving Alphanut lots to think about. Alphanut losing the Honda, going sideways into the tight corner, and Shadow Rider, those Subarus really do love the corners. He's trying to find a way around that very wide NSX, and there is nothing going at the moment, but he's doing all he can. Is Shadow Rider to try and get ahead of Alpha, which helps Homescaling out, but I'm not sure. 46.3 from Homesick the last time around. Alphanut doing a 46.3 also. Shadow Rider a 47.0. Noxie there in 7th place, trying to hunt those guys down ahead of him. He did a 46.6, so he's a little bit quicker this time round. Skyjacker and Cthulhu racing each other. Cthulhu trying to make a move. He's on the soft tyres. Maybe those super softs starting to lose a little bit of their drive, but Cthulhu definitely trying to have a look up the inside. Skyjacker's out wide. He's on the curb. Cthulhu making the move. He's made the move. He's up into 8th place, and Skyjacker down into 9th. What can Skyjacker do now? He's on the super soft tyres. We're on lap 6. We're 10 minutes into this 40-minute race, so there's still 30 minutes left of racing. When will they pick? Does Skyjacker need to get rid of those super softs? Gazman has come in. Gazman's come in, but Racer Brown and Boosted Alpha stayed out. Homescaling has stayed out. Alpha also staying out. Shadow Rider staying out. Noxie has stayed out. Gazman's back on the track. He's coming back on the track in 6th place ahead of Noxie. No, Noxie just slipping by up into 6th place now ahead of Gazman. Gazman obviously not liking the tyres. Those super softs probably felt they went off a little too quick for him. He's only put half a tank of fuel in there. Will he have to pit again before the end of this race? 30 minutes of racing. What are they sort of using? Gazman, oh, we've seen Gazman. Noxie stayed out there, so Gazman I don't think put any fuel in. Cthulhu on those soft tyres just ahead of Skyjacker. We saw him make the move on Skyjacker earlier. Jokus 10th ahead of Dutch in 11th, who is ahead of Rivixter, but it looks like Rivixter's starting to pull Dutch in. Dutch doing a 55. I don't know if he's pitted or if it's just he had a rough lap. Rivixter 51 on his last time round. So Racer Brown a 44.8. The last lap, he's not had a lap out of the 44s yet. A racing lap. The first lap was a rolling start. Boosted Alpha, he's managing 45s. He's in the late 45s now. Homesick Alien's up to Homesick Alien's up to 3rd because Gazman pitted. So Homesick Alien in the 46ers. A little bit off the pace of the guys ahead of him. Shadow Rider's got ahead of Alphanut, and he's virtually catching up Homesick Alien. So Shadow Rider finding some real pace here as these tyres start going off. They look good still at the moment, good to go, but Shadow Rider seems to be going through a nice purple patch at the moment with his. He's finding extra grip, a bit of speed, just on a 45.9, which would be his quickest in the race. There you go, a 45.9 against Homesick's 47.2, and Alpha only managing a 47.4. Further back, we've got Noxie on Gazman on Noxie. Gazman moving up into 6th spot ahead of Noxie after his pit stop, trying to make his way through the field, but it looks like Noxie's coming back at him up into Noxie managing to make the move up into 6th place, keep getting his 6th place back off of Gazman, saying I'm not going to make it that easy for you, but you're going to have to work for it, my friend. And Cthulhu and Skyjacker swapping places. There is Cthulhu ahead of Skyjacker at the moment, but then virtually side by side. Skyjacker's got the inside line. Can he do anything with it? No, it looks like Cthulhu's just got enough ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker losing the back end a little bit there, and Skyjacker staying in 9th place. We're 13.5 minutes into this race now. This is Skyjacker having a big off at the moment. Cthulhu maintaining, and Joker's there in 10th ahead of Dutch in 11th, and Dutch is ahead of Rivixter. It looks like he's dropped back a little bit from Dutch. So Racer Brown, he did a 46.4 on his last time around. Are those tyres starting to go? A 45.9 from Boosted Alpha, so Boosted Alpha starting to come back at the Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi is going to go in, is he not? No, he's gone past the pits, staying out for another lap. Boosted Alpha, he also has just gone straight past the pits. Homesick Alien in 3rd, He's got the cars all over him. Shadow Rider and Alphanaut have closed right up. So Homesick Alien third, ahead of Shadow Rider, who's ahead of Alphanaut, but they're coming into this first corner. Homesick Alien being defensive, but I don't think he's got as much grip left in that car. It looks like Alphanaut trying to sneak up the inside of Shadow Rider, and Shadow Rider shuffled back to 5th place from 4th. And Gazman there in 6th, coming back from his pit stop. Homesick Alien, how long can these guys stay out there? Homesick Alien's tyres look the worst. I think Shadow Rider just thinks it's a waiting game. He might be able to stay out there longer than them guys. Who knows? It's crazy racing here for 3rd, 4th and 5th, with Gazman catching them up on fresher rubber. Noxie following him in 7th. Catula ahead of Skyjacker in 8th. Skyjacker in 9th, still on those super soft tyres. We're 15 minutes into this 40-minute race. There is Jokers in 10th place, ahead of Dutch in 11th, who is ahead of Rivixter in 12th place. So Racer Brown ahead of Boosted Alpha. Neither of these guys have pitted. Homesick Alien also hasn't pitted. Alphanaut following him very closely around this lap 9 here at Autopolis International Racing Course for round 1 of the Pacific Rim, the brand new championship held by the Virtual Racers Club on a Thursday evening. There we see Homesick Alien just ahead of Alpha. It's a train of cars. The American car staying on the podium at the moment, but he must pit at some point. He hasn't used his super softs, but I don't think Alpha or Shadow Rider may not have used their super softs. So we'll have to wait and see on their pit stop. Homesick Alien, is he going to peel away into the pits, or is he going to stay out there? 47.7 from Homesick Alien his last time round. 47.5 from Alphanaut. He's got the toe. No, and it looks like he's under threat from Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider up alongside him, trying to get around the outside. Brave move from Shadow Rider. Can he make it stick? He's still there. They're still alongside each other, and Gazman has really caught him up now. Gazman will be wanting to make hay. He's racing the guys in front of him, Boosted Alpha and Racer Brown. He doesn't want to be held up in this little tangle, but it looks like he is. He's right in the middle of it now. Alphanaut and Shadow Rider, they were racing. Now Gazman's trying to get past Shadow Rider. He's trying to make his way through. He's made his pit stop. He can't be held up. He doesn't want to lose time on the guys ahead of him. So Gazman in that battle. Homesick Alien still in 3rd. Racer Brown, he's still going around. He's got less than half a tank of fuel. We're 17 minutes in. Boosted Alpha, he's a little bit further back than him. He did a 1:46.1 his last time around, a 46.0 for Racer Brown. Homesick Alien, oh my lord, looks like Noxie's starting to come to play as well. 3rd to 7th, all there racing each other. So Homesick Alien leading in 3rd from Alphanaut. He's not leading the race, he's leading Alphanaut. Gazman, Shadow Rider, and just there in the distance Noxie's on his way. So these guys, looks like Shadow Rider a bit out wide there. Gazman really needing to get past these guys. This is killing his race. It's killing his race with the top 3. It really is, but they don't care. It's for track position at this point. It's for track position. They don't care what strategy he's on. This is the risk of an early pit stop, trying to make your way through the field. Looks like he's trying to get past Alphanaut now. Trying to grab the toe of Homesick Alien. No one pitting in this little squabble. They're staying out further. Homesick Alien in 3rd with Gazman in 4th. Alphanaut though has something to say about that. No, he slips in behind Gazman with Shadow Rider there in 6th place. So Gazman slowly making his way up. He's also trying to make a move on Homesick Alien, and it looks like he's made it stick. There he goes on the grippier tyres. It looks like he's managing to get past in the corners in that Subaru. Great move from Gazman. Great racing. Homesick Alien down to 4th with Shadow Rider ahead of Alphanaut. We missed that happening. And there is Noxie catching up these guys in 7th place. This is some crazy racing going on here. This whole gaggle of cars. It's brilliant stuff. Alphanaut then up. No, it looks like Shadow Rider might have let Alphanaut through. So I don't know if there's a bit of bump and grind. And now Noxie there on the tail of Shadow Rider. This is a brilliant. Who's going to pit first out of these guys? Gazman already pitting the first one to pit. Homesick in 4th, but Homesick under braking. No, Alphanaut. It looks like Alphanaut slightly outbrakes himself unless he got a knock. We'll have a quick look, see if someone give him a little nudge up the butt ski. So he's going side by side with Homesick Alien into the hairpin. Can't see. No, I think he just outbraked himself. It looks like he just outbraked himself, or something, a brake failure or of something. So Racer Brown leading from Boosted Alpha. Gasman back up into third place with his pit stop done. Homesick Alien needing to do his pit stop with Shadow Rider close behind. Noxie on the tail of them two, fighting it out. Looks like Shadow Rider really has the intent to get past Homesick Alien this lap. The Homesick Alien's tyres are ailing very badly, but he's got to do a super soft stint, and he probably wants that to be shorter. So we're coming up to the halfway mark. We're 19.5 minutes into this 40-minute race, and Shadow Rider is all up in Homesick's business. There goes Racer Brown. He's gone into the pits. Boosted Alpha deciding to stay out for another lap. His tyres are a little bit more worn than Racer Brown's, but he's going for it. And there we see Racer Brown coming out of the pits there ahead of Gasman. Gasman, oh, if he hadn't been held up by those other cars, what could have been? What could have been for Gasman? Could he have just got ahead of Racer Brown? Would it have been enough? Who knows? Catula into the pits from 8th spot there with Skyjacker. Both of them coming in. Skyjacker to get rid of those super soft tyres, and Catula there to put on another set of softs. Dutch going through for 8th place, but he hasn't pitted yet, I believe. So leading the way is Boosted Alpha. He's going to have to pit on the end of this lap, but Racer Brown has got Gasman all up there just behind him. It's not far for the Mitsubishi driver. Every time he looks up into his rearview mirror, he's just going to see the blue and black Subaru of Gasman. Great racing here for the last podium position. Shadow Rider finally getting ahead of Homesick Alien. We missed that, I apologise, with the pit stops. And there is Noxie not far behind as well. But the problem is Homesick Alien, if he's worn his softs this far through, only at 21 minutes, he'll want a couple more laps on those tyres before he goes on to the super softs, because he'll wear the super softs out even more. Noxie, he's done his super soft stint in the first part, in the first race. I guess it is 2 races, but it is all counted as 1 race. But Noxie, before safety car, he's done his super soft stint before the safety car. There goes Boosted Alpha. Boosted Alpha into the pits. Can Racer Brown get around? He had quite a bit of space. Looks like he's just crossing the line now, and there you go, he's gone ahead. But has Gasman gone ahead of Boosted Alpha? Boosted Alpha hasn't started moving yet. Shadow Rider is moving up into 3rd. What is this? Boosted Alpha's pit stop is really long. What happened? Racer Brown, he put in 3/4 of a tank. Gasman's got barely any fuel though. I think Gasman's going to have to make another stop. He's doing a 2-stint race here. We're 22 minutes in. We've only got 18 minutes left of this race. Shadow Rider up into 3rd place at the moment, with Homesick Alien down into 4th. He's getting hassle from the Mazda of Noxie, and Noxie looking like he is really seriously going to be able to get past that Mustang. That Mustang really struggling with grip at this point in the race, and Noxie looking very good to get that position off of Homesick Alien. Alpha not there in 6th place. We saw he outbraked himself in the hairpin, and now he's coming around in 6th, not pitted yet. Boosted Alpha, he filled the car up, he's put soft tyres on, but he really lost a lot of positions from that pit stop. But we'll have to wait and see. So Catula in 8th place ahead of Skyjacker, quite a way. To say them two were fighting it out, they're on the softs. I don't see why. Looks like Skyjacker's pit stop was a lot longer, he put a bit more fuel in. Joker's there in 10th place. He's a little bit behind Skyjacker, but quite a way ahead of Dutch, who is also quite a way ahead of Rivixter. So Racer Brown, great race for Racer Brown so far. He's pitted, come out in the leads. He's just got to take her home now, 17 minutes to go. With Gasman there in 2nd spot. Gained that, but I think Gasman is going to have to pit again. So is Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider's still yet to pit. Looking good. He's not that far behind Gasman, you know. It's going to be close between those two. Noxie in 4th. Looks like Homesick Alien finally getting rid of those tyres. He's going to risk it with the super softs before the end of the race. Can they go that distance? He's got to fill up with fuel. How far behind is Catula? Catula quite a way. I think Homesick should get out. Boosted Alpha moving up into 6th place. He's not that far behind Alpha, who is behind Noxie. But these two still haven't pitted. So there's 2 pit stops to be made there. Shadow Rider also needing to pit. We think Gazman, yeah, Gazman's fuel has started flashing. He's not that far behind Racer Brown, but Racer Brown I think is going till the end of this race with Gazman there in second, needing to pit. Shadow Rider has to pit. Noxy also needing to pit. Alpha Nut also needing to pit, so Boosted Alpha should move back up into second spot, with Homesick Alien just behind him. Ooh, quite a way behind him actually. In 7th, he's put softs on. Maybe he's already done the super soft stint. Maybe he did it in the before the safety car. There is Cthulhu in 8th place, ahead of Skyjacker. These two have been battling it out all lap. Cthulhu, oh, he had a rough lap his last lap. He did a 51 and 9.99, and Skyjacker doing a 47.6. So Skyjacker reeling in Cthulhu at this point, with Jokus in 10th. Jokus looks like he's falling back into Dutch again. He did a 53.4 his last time around. Dutch did a 47.1. I think he might have just pitted. Gazman is into the pits. We said he needed to come into the pits again. What's Shadow Rider going to do? Stay out there for a couple more laps. Shadow Rider staying out there even longer. Noxy also, no, Noxy is in. Noxy's in, and I think so did Alpha. There we go. So Gazman, Noxy, Alpha, all in. Homesick Alien should go past these guys. I'm not sure though. Gazman already out. Quick fill and go. Noxy still in, topping up. Alpha Nut topping up. And there he goes. There goes Alpha Nut. But Homesick Alien, where's Homesick Alien? Homesick Alien in 7th. He's there. He's there. He's got ahead of him. He's 5th place. Behind Gazman, Boosted. Shadow Rider is up there, but he's not pitted. He will have to pit before the end of this race. We're just coming up to 26 minutes in the race. 14 minutes left of racing to go. Racer Brown leading on lap 15. He is untouchable. He is absolutely in the zone, is Racer Brown in this Mitsubishi. It was built for him. He's flying. Shadow Rider in the... It's the other Mitsubishi, is it? Or is it Subaru, sorry. In the Subaru in 2nd spot, but Boosted Alpha in the other Subaru not too far behind. Gazman there. It's the Subaru show in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Homesick Alien, the top Yank car, in 6th place, with Noxy in 6th. Alpha Nut in 7th. Cthulhu 8th, with Skyjacker 9th. 10th for Dutch. 10th Dutch has got ahead of Jokus. Rivixter has gone into the pits. Think to what, get rid of the medium tyres? Not a great choice. They're not very fast. No one's opted. They've only used super softs and softs so far in this race. So Jokus at 59.2 on his last time around. And Dutch moving up into 10th, going his fastest so far in this race with a 47.126. Racer Brown a 45.5 his last time around. Shadow Rider, he's got to come in. His fuel is flashing. There's 13 minutes left of racing. Boosted Alpha not too far behind, 45.5 on his last lap. Gazman there on a 44.0. That was his out lap, sorry. Don't believe that one. With Homesick Alien in 5th place. He's got Alpha and Noxy for company. So 5th, 6th and 7th all very close on track. Skyjacker trying to make a move on Cthulhu. We saw they've been racing each other for a lot of this race. 8th and 9th. Skyjacker on Cthulhu. He's all over the back of him. Skyjacker going faster than he's gone before in this race with a 46.1. Cthulhu doing a 46.5. And these two are really dicing it out there at the corners of Autopolis. Fantastic racing from Skyjacker in the Corvette and Cthulhu in the Mitsubishi. Brilliant driving. Looking around then, Racer Brown leading. Shadow Rider, Willie Pitt, he's just coming up to near the end of the track. Fuel is flashing. Boosted Alpha has caught him right up. Those tyres must be yielding no grip whatsoever for him. A 47.4 his last time around. Boosted Alpha 45.5. So you can tell those brand new racing soft tyres really working well for Boosted Alpha. Shadow Rider, he'll be nipping into the pits I assume here with only just over 11 minutes of racing and there he goes, Shadow Rider coming in. Can Gazman get ahead? Oh, he's on the start straight already, so I would believe that Gazman is moving ahead of Shadow Rider. Alphanot is ahead of Homesick Alien. What's happened? Homesick Alien looks like he's had an issue. Alphanot is ahead. Alphanot is quite ahead of Homesick Alien. And there is Noxie all up in his business. Gazman third, Shadow Rider up into fourth, gets out the pits ahead of Alphanot. Great strategy there from Shadow Rider, going late into the race. And no, he hasn't used his super softs because he's just put his super softs on now. Hello Jokers in the chat. We're on another long one. These endurance races take ages to get done. You have to watch it in parts. So Shadow Rider hadn't done his super soft stint, so he is now. Racer Brown in first on softs. Boosted Alpha on softs. Gazman on softs. Shadow Rider on super softs. He's quite a way behind with only virtually 10 minutes left of racing. I don't know what he can do from there. Alphanot in fifth place, so 46.3 his last time around. He's doing the super soft stint also. So Shadow Rider, Alpha and Homesick. Oh no, Homesick isn't. He must have already done the super soft stint in this race some point, but he's got his hands full with the Mazda of Noxie knocking on his back door. And it's just not the Americans' day today for the manufacturers, but they are in Japan. So score to the home team. Behind these, Catula and Skyjacker still dicing in their race. Catula leading from Skyjacker. It's not ended yet, and they're not too far behind this battle here for 6th and 7th. So Skyjacker and Catula could move up substantially through the order if they keep on pushing with less than 10 minutes to go of this final part of the race. Homesick Alien trying to get that Mustang through the corners. Noxie trying to look around the outside. It's coming back to the insides. He's going to try with the slipstream. We're sat on board with Noxie as we sit in the slipstream of the Ford Mustang of Homesick Alien. We're going to go and look around the outsides. Who's that we're catching up in front? Alphanot. Catching up Alphanot quite quickly as well, as Alphanot had an issue. He did a 54.4 his last time round. He's going really slowly. He's gone really slowly, and those two guys, they've just gone straight past. Homesick Alien up into 5th place. Noxie up into 6th. Alphanot, I don't know what his issue is, but he seems to be going slowly. He's back up to pace now. Very bizarre. I'm not sure what's going on there with Alphanot. Catula there in 8th. He's not far behind this battle. Skyjacker in 9th, trying to keep up the back with the Mitsubishi. Dutch in 10th place ahead of Jokers, who is ahead of Rivixter. Looks like Rivixter is just about to get lapped by Boosted Alpha. There he goes. Waves as he goes by. Racer Brown miles ahead of everyone. Boosted Alpha, like I said, just going past. Rivixter, Gazman further back. So the top 3 nicely spaced out here. Shadow Rider in 4th, trying to catch up. Does look like he's gained ground on Gazman. Gazman crossing the line doing a 45.555. Shadow Rider, he was a 45.0 is on his outlap, that was. Let's see what he does here. 45.6, so not quite as quick as Gazman at this point in the race. Homesick Alien ahead of Noxie and Alpha behind him. I think we saw that happen. We saw Alpha pulling over, letting them two by, but they're very close racing in between them all. Let's sit on board with Alphanot in the tow. Oh god, there we go. Ooh, getting very close to the Mazda, trying to avoid. He's cost himself a little bit of time. He's not that far ahead of Catula, remember, so Catula will be coming towards the nut of Alpha, and there we can see Noxie still trying to apply that pressure to the Mustang. The Mustang absolutely toothless in the corners, hasn't got anything to give. He's just homesick, trying to haul that big beast around those corners. Loves a straight, does the Mustang, doesn't like a corner. But when we get to the ovals, I suppose we'll see the Mustang come to life. Some of the other tracks we're doing next round is Yamagawa. Round 3 is Suzuka. And what is this? Noxie moving up, Noxie. Oh, Noxie outbraking himself, has he? Noxie, oh, he's dropping. Let's have a quick look. Sorry, I was looking at what tracks we were doing. I didn't see what started that. So there we see Noxie in 6th behind Homesick Alien. Is it a do or dare? Is he just going to go for it? He's on the brakes. He's on the brakes late. Alpha knows all about that. Alpha's sending him a postcard about it. And Alpha moving up into 6th. There goes Catula and Skyjacker. Heartbreak for Noxie, having such a good race in the first part of this race, and then coming good near the end of the race. He has lost all the way down to 9th place. What a shame for Noxie. Terrible luck. Racer Brown leading from Booted Alpha, with Gazman trying to pull him in. 45.8 from Gazman the last time round. Boosted Alpha 46.0, it's only 2/10 faster. It's going to need more than that with 5.5 minutes left of racing. Shadow Rider, great 4th place from Shadow Rider there. Stayed out the longest. Alpha Nut just ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien trying to come back against Alpha Nut. I didn't notice when Alpha got past Homesick. There's Catula ahead of Skyjacker. Noxie consolidating. It's a bit late in the race now for him to do anything about his mistake. Dutch there in 10th place, ahead of Jokus in 11th and Rivixter in 12th. Racer Brown is just coming around on his 20th lap. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel left. We've only got 5 minutes left of racing. Should easily do it. Looks like Boosted Alpha proper topped up. Fell quite far back after his pit stop, but he's come back through to finish in 2nd. Probably could have been closer to Racer Brown if he hadn't topped up as much fuel. There is Gazman. Gazman he's getting closer and closer. It looks like he's getting a lot closer, but the times don't suggest that. We're seeing Boosted Alpha now coming around to complete lap 20. And we'll see what sort of time he's pulling. He did a 46.0 his last time, well, the last 2 laps. And he pulls a 46.1. Gazman coming around. What can he do? A 45.7, so 7/10, but there's only 4 minutes left of racing. What's that, 2-3 laps at best? I don't know what he can do from there. Shadow Rider almost a whole straight behind Gazman. Alpha Nut now pulling away from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien struggling near the end of this race. Them tyres starting to get worn. Skyjacker pulling him in. Homesick might not be the top American finisher in this race after all, as the Corvette of Skyjacker in 7th place. He's managed to get himself ahead of Catula somewhere along the line. Is now reeling in the Mustang of Homesick behind these guys. Noxie must be absolutely fuming with himself. I don't know if he pitted, or is that 55? No, that 55 would be when he had his off. And Dutch some way back from these guys, but the battle between him and Jokus isn't far away. Jokus doing a 47.9 his last time around. Dutch doing a 46.3, so Dutch really finding his feet in that GT, that Ford GT. Last lap there was a 54.3, so not good. Jokus doing a 49.4, so Jokus is slowly catching him up. Rivixter some way off them guys. Yeah, he's a little bit off those guys. Did a 55.4 on his last time around. So Racer Brown, he could walk from here. 2.5 minutes left of the race. He could literally get out and walk and still finish first, I reckon. With Boosted Alpha starting to probably get twitchy about Gazman. Gazman getting closer. 46.1 for Gazman last time round. Boosted Alpha 47.1, so a second slower than Gazman. Interesting stuff. And there we see Shadow Rider 46.3 on those super soft tyres, staying ahead of Alpha Nut, quite a way ahead of Alpha Nut. Alpha Nut just doing a 45.4, his fastest of the race so far with those super soft tyres. Homesick Alien dropping back, he's wearing them tyres out. and he's got Cthulhu and Skyjacker. Cthulhu is ahead of Skyjacker now. You can't keep up with these two. You'll have to download the replay just to watch these two racing. Unbelievable stuff between these two in 7th and 8th. Is they're battling, helping Noxie. Noxie a little bit closer, but like I said, only a minute and a half left of the race to go. And then I'll find out the disappointment that I haven't got a McDonald's breakfast. In 11th is Dutch and Rivix to put Dutch getting closer. No, Jokus has got ahead of Dutch. There's been changes. So there is Jokus. He's done a 48.2 with VRC Dutch there in a... Oh, I have. Where's the coffee? Please. Thank you. I got a McDonald's breakfast. My dad's come round to look after the kids while I sleep because I'm on nights. Thank you. So Racer Brown leading the way as he comes through the lapped cars. Boosted Alpha, Racer Brown's fuel, but we've only got 30 seconds left of racing. This will be his last lap. Boosted Alpha in 2nd spot. It's going to be his last lap. He's got plenty of fuel. Gazman, I just don't think he's got enough time, but his fuel's flashing, so he'll probably want a short shift around this lap. Shadow Rider also with a flashing fuel, starting his last lap. 15 seconds to go. There is Alpha Nut coming around in 5th. Will he get across the line before it runs out? He does, and there is Homesick Alien. He'll be wanting to end his race, those tyres and that Mustang, but he goes, and there he goes. He completes. 7th for Cthulhu, Skyjacker in 8th, 9th for Noxie, Joker's coming around in 10th, but so's Racer Brown. It looks like someone behind them has spun. Boosted Alpha, Gazman, Shadow Rider, Alpha Nut, they're all still going. So here we see Racer Brown just behind Jokus, coming around the last part of the track to take the win at the first round of the Pacific Rim Championship here at Autopolis for the Virtual Racers Club. There he goes, well done, congratulations to Racer Brown. Joker's crossing the line also. Boosted Alpha there, Dutch just trying to get out of his way. He's coming around to finish in 2nd. Gazman couldn't quite do it. He wasn't far away though, few more laps maybe, but Boosted Alpha coming, hunting in down, well, coming round to finish in 2nd ahead of Gazman. There he goes, taking 2nd spot. Congratulations, Boosted Alpha, welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. And Gazman takes 3rd. Take a boo, my son, for the podium. Shadow Rider, great race from Shadow Rider. He's coming around to finish in 4th ahead of Alpha Nut. I think Alpha Nut will be the last guy out there. I will pause it after Shadow Rider crossing the line. Here comes Alpha Nut. He's just coming around the last corner now for a great 5th place. And there, we'll pause that right there as we run through the classifieds for you, and we'll wrap it up. So your winner of round 1 of the Pacific Rim Championship is Racer Brown. Congratulations, Racer Brown. Fantastic win in this brand new championship. Brand new to the club, Boosted Alpha, straight in with a podium. Great stuff from Boosted Alpha there, great racing. Gave Racer Brown a run for his money. In 3rd, the last of the podium, is Gazman. Take a boo, my son. Fantastic stuff in the Subaru. The Japanese cars looking good in this championship. Shadow Rider also in the Subaru, finishing just off of the podium in 4th place. Brilliant stuff there. Great racing. Great strategy from Shadow Rider in the second part of this race. Alpha Nut in 5th place. We saw him racing all race. He was there with Homesick, with Shadow Rider. He's been racing everyone. There we go. 5th place for Alpha Nut. Congratulations, brilliant. 6th place for Homesick Alien. He was lugging that Mustang around. It looked heavy, it looked like a pain, but he managed to bring it home for 6th place in the end. 7th for Cthulhu, Alonso Cthulhu in the... Oh God, it's all blurry. There you go. In the Mitsubishi, there in 7th place, Cthulhu. You make me happy. You make me happy in the morning comes. 8th place for Skyjacker. He had a battle. Him and Cthulhu fought all the way through this race, and Skyjacker, with the pace that we see from him, if he didn't have his earlier woes, who knows what he could have done in this race. One to watch for future racers. Noxie also strong early on in the race, finished in 9th through a small mistake, just outbraked himself in the hairpin quite late in the race, so he could not come back from that, but getting himself a 9th place, finishing in the top 10. Got to be happy with that. Jokus, 10th place. Fantastic stuff there from Jokus in the Corvette. In 11th for the GT Ford car is Dutch. Dutch there in 11th. And Rivixter finishing in 12th. But he did say beforehand he's quite new and to be gentle on him. So, but it's promising. It's promising. Good lap times. 48.3, 48.3. Just a bit of consistency, and you'll be riding with the big boys. So that was the championship. Go back to Racer Brown. Congratulations, Racer Brown, on the win. And we will see you again for round 2 of the Pacific Rim Championship at Yamagawa. It's going to be cracking. Thank you for viewing with us here at Virtual Racers Club. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to see if we can build my ego up. I was your commentator and broadcaster, Dan Druff. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No.